Hey, good morning. This is Vinesh Maharaj. Excuse me, losing my voice. Yeah, I guess that's one of the challenges being a speaker is that you get paid to talk. Today, I want to talk to you about that all critical, all encompassing, the game changer, the difference between people who are just cutting it and people who are killing it. There is a huge difference. There is a huge opportunity. There is a gap in a space that's not being closed, not being fulfilled, because too many of us have a think that is depressed, too low, low activity, low attitude, low skills, and low commitment to doing whatever it takes. So today I want to talk to you about sales domination and how it's the only way for any business that wants to grow to the next level, getting out of the gutters and getting onto the podium of success. So while we're building this audience, I'm out here at the shared space in Roodepoort where I will be working today. We all have challenges. All businesses have challenges. All individuals have challenges. And excuse me. Part of those challenges are how to generate and sustain revenue so that you never go through a slump. Like most businesses, we sell and then we have to deliver. And while we deliver, we stop selling. And then boom, you hit a slump and suddenly your cash flow dries up. Suddenly you're unable to meet your obligations, your commitments, even though your intentions are good to do it. The question and the opportunity is how do I, or you, or any business owner, how do we build systems and processes to ensure longevity and to also ensure constant cash flow? And the only way to do that is to dominate in a space, really not to compete with the competition. So what happens is, I'm going to give you a couple of names and tell me whether they dominate or whether they compete. Google. Do they dominate or do they compete? I don't see any competition touching Google at the moment. I'm not sure what the future holds for them, but they are certainly unlikely to be touched in the near future by any competition. And that is why almost every smartphone, every computer does either a Google search for content, pictures, images, videos, Google geolocations, Google Maps, Google everything. So Google does not compete, they dominate. Uber. So up until a couple of years ago, the taxi industry was run like a mafia. And then Uber decides that we'll be the disruptor and we will change the status, we will change the game. And what do? They set up this one-stop service, an app, without an office, without a call center, without all the huge infrastructure that goes into running a business. And they became the middleman between you and I, the consumer, and the owner of the Uber cab. So Uber is dominating in a space right now. If you think about any political party, political leadership, whether you support them or not, in South Africa right now, the ANC is dominating because they have such a powerful majority and therefore they have no competition. However, domination means that you have to not just dominate for the purposes of power, but you want to dominate for the purposes of results. So in business, we want to also dominate as opposed to competing for the scraps. If you think about any large food chains, Woolworths, Pick n Pay, ShopRite, Checkers, Choppies, which is a new kid on the block, and the Spar Group are dominating, and that is why the little cafes around the communities are just getting the scraps, the leftover after the month-end shopping has been done at the big five. If you think about banks, the top 5 banks are killing it. They're taking all the money. So in your business, the question is, how do I go on to dominate in my space? How do I stay relevant? And how do I actually outpace and outgrow the competition? And this question is as relevant to me as it is to you running your business, trying to achieve your goals. So of course, you will always want to have presence or omnipresence, so that your brand is larger than life, so that you are everywhere. If you think about Google, they're on every smartphone, every computer. You can download the app. They're literally everywhere. If you think about any of the major banks, they're in every mall, they're in every street corner. You think about Uber, they're just on your phone, and a car is literally 2 or 3 minutes away from you at any given time. So the trick or the technique that we need to master is, how do we get such omnipresence that we are everywhere? And while we are everywhere, generate enough interest and marketing and clientele that actually wants to come into your space to experience your product, to get the benefits of your product and service, and actually grow to the next level. Now, that is easier said than done. Remember that idea and concept is exceptionally easy. Implementation and execution is always so much harder, and this is where most businesses fail to get it together. So you need to go back to the drawing board, understand who's my customer, understanding what is it they need and want, understanding where do they play and operate, understanding how do I reach them, and how do I offer them so much value that they will pay for your products and services again and again. So this is Vinesh Maharaj, and today we're talking about sales domination and how big organizations dominate space, whether it be online, retail, banking, food. You know, McDonald's is a great example of an unhealthy lifestyle that dominates real estate. There's a McDonald's on pretty much every major intersection around the world. So sometimes we're fighting to dominate one street corner. They're dominating to conquer a country, to conquer a continent, to conquer the world. So in your business, ask yourself what it is that you're doing to conquer. And today, as I said, we are live here at the shared space. I'm not sure if you can see that picture. I'll be working here. No, don't get any ideas, Perushin, Eugene, Manta, and Ron. That adult world, no, we ain't going there. We're going to the shared space. So put a smile on your dial. We'll be working today. So as you want to grow to the next level, you have to dominate your market. You have to find a way to be omnipresent, to market on email, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and all the necessary platforms. You should also be sending mail and literally a thank you card for doing business with us, a handwritten card. There's nothing more personal than receiving a handwritten thank you card. Thank you for your business. Thank you for your payment. It is also important to appreciate your customers. So every quarter, take a customer out and take them to dinner. Sometimes if they're big customers, you may want to take them away on a vacation, provided it's not contrary to fair trade policies and it's not deemed to be corrupt or bribery. So be very clear that you operate within the confines of the law. But you have to really get omnipresent. You have to blow up your brand. You have to get online. You have to hit the phones. You got to send those emails. You've got to do face-to-face calling. You got to go knocking on doors so that you can create opportunities. Today, I'm going to be knocking on some doors. I practice what I preach. I'm going to knock on doors and I'm going to ask for opportunities. So on the 17th of February, I'm running a sales domination training program here in Johannesburg, giving business owners, salespeople, network marketers the opportunity to master the art of selling. Now, everyone is in sales. If you are unemployed and you're looking for a job, you need to get sales training, because the sale is the job, but the commission is the pay or the salary that you'll get from the job. So if you can make the sale that the employer will hire you, the commission you'll get for that sale is called income. If you want the girl, you've got to have a pitch. And if you get the girl, you're either going to date her or you're going to marry her. And that is how you actually get paid, so to speak. If you want the order, you have to go knock on the doors. You got to make your pitch. And you'll get paid when the order number, the payment will follow through. So everything is sales. Every opportunity is sales. Whatever you do is selling. When you're telling your kids to do their homework, you're selling. When you're telling your husband where you want to eat tonight, you're selling. When you're choosing the movie you want to watch today, it's versus what your kids want to watch, that's selling. You're selling all the time. the investment in growing your sales skills will far outperform people who don't have sales skills. So there are two things that we encourage people to do. One, learn the art of speaking, not talking. Everybody talks, but who can speak? And two, learn the art of selling, because every idea, every product, every service, every intention has to first be sold. For those of you who'd like to book on the 17th, please get a hold of us at Vinesh@vineshmaharaj.com. Drop me a call directly. And remember that sales is the only thing that pays. Everything else happens after the sale. Logistics, finance, HR, product development, research, and so forth. Those are funded by sales. So often we spend tons of money on marketing, tons of money on advertising, but we neglect to invest in growing our salespeople. So I want to inspire you today. I want to wish you every success, and I want you to go out and dominate. Be a Google, be an Uber, be a South African breweries, be a Coca-Cola in your space. Don't settle. Stay hungry, stay foolish, in the words of Steve Jobs, and I wish you every success. Take care for now. I welcome your likes, your shares, your comments, and your questions. Ciao for now.